Hey boyos, daily checking with John V, February 27th, 2025. Yeah, time flies. Can't believe it's 2025. But yeah, I haven't done one of these in a while, so I figured it was time. As you can see, I look like absolute shit. I've put a lot of the weight back on that I had lost, right? And I'm much fatter than I was before when I was this weight because I haven't been lifting. The past few days I've lifted. I've been meaning to get back into it. Not hardcore like I was, but just doing like 20-minute workouts and just trying to cut back on my diet a little bit, eat less. But yeah, there's not a whole lot new going on. I'm on the list for public housing, and I could be on that list for 10 years before I get a place. Right? I got approved, and it literally says right on it they'll call me every year to make sure I'm still looking for a place. So it's like basically saying dig in, you're going to be here a while waiting. And I talked to other people, and there was a guy, he was saying he was on that list, and by the time they contacted him with a place, he had a wife and two kids. He said it was 10 years before he got a call saying he got a place. So it's going to be a little while, right? I might be 45, 50 years old before I get a place, and that's being generous. I might be like 51 or older, and by then my life is over. I'll be an old fucking man with nothing much left to live for, right? But there's not much I can do about it. I tried to get an apartment with a rent subsidy agreement through the government, and it didn't work well. I applied at a few different apartments and never heard anything back. So I don't know if they're just racist against me because I'm white or something, but it's kind of a piss off because there's absolutely no reason why they wouldn't want to have a middle-aged man that wants to live in an apartment for long term for a matter of years to decline them. It makes no sense. They'll end up getting some riff-raff young kid in there that's partying and drinking and gonna rip up the fucking walls and shit. And that doesn't make any fucking goddamn sense to me. But whatever, that's what they want. That's what they're gonna get. I'm a middle-aged man. I'm settled into my life. I don't party. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't tear the place up. I don't damage the place. I pay my bills, right? My income's guaranteed. It's not optional. I don't go to a job. I get my money through the government, so it's guaranteed. I get my money every month. And my track record is good, but for some reason, these landlords don't call me back saying I got approved, so fuck them. I'm on the list for public housing, and when I get a place through that, I'm set. And I applied for about a dozen different places in Halifax, and all it takes is for one of them, you know, for me to make it to the top of the list for one of them, and I'm set. Then it's just a matter of transporting my stuff, which will be a pain in the ass. But my older sister said she'd do it, and I'd toss her a couple $100 probably to do it for me and help me move all my shit in. I have accumulated quite a bit of shit, like these boxes here. Give them a wink.com, they say. Um, I was intending on using them for moving, but I won't be moving for a while. I'll just use them to send stuff back on Temu, and I will talk about Temu in a minute. Um, but yeah, I put a lot of the weight back on and haven't been lifting. Have the past few days, but I let myself really go for a few months. Cigarettes, like I haven't bought cigarettes in like 6 months. I spent like $500 on an order, and I've been going off of what I bought that original order. I bought 20 cartons, and I'm still going off that and the butts that I saved. I'm down to the butts now. I think I might have 2 cartons left in the dresser that I haven't looked at. But buying off the internet cigarettes has saved me so much money on smoking. My health is actually surprisingly good, I think, considering everything. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's decent. I'd probably feel a hell of a lot better if I lost a lot of weight, obviously. Um, my bench press isn't very good. Like what I did for a workout there yesterday, I did 135 for 10. Could have got more. Then I bumped it up to 145 for 8, then 155 for 6, and then 165 for 4. And then I dropped the weight again to 135 and did 10. I was intending on doing an AMRAP set, the last one with 135, but my arms felt like fucking jello, and I was like, just get 10 reps. So I got 10 reps and racked it. You know, the first set of 135, I probably could have got 20 reps if I pushed myself, but I'm trying not to go really hard at the weights at first because I'll get sore as a motherfucker for like a week and not be able to train at all. Fuck that, right? And here tonight, I plan on doing a back workout, just some chin-ups, like 5 or 6 sets of chin-ups, just singles, and that'll be it. And then tomorrow, just some body weight squats, probably like 5 sets or so. But nothing crazy, right? I really got to get back on the track with the diet because my diet's up and down. Some days I'm good and don't eat a hell of a lot, and other days I overeat. So it really depends. Like today, I had 3 burgers from Wendy's because we had a Wendy's open up here in town. So anytime I want fast food, I'll be going to Wendy's now instead of McDonald's or KFC or Dairy Queen or A&W, because Wendy's is so much fucking better, and the burgers are very affordable. Like, you can get a junior cheeseburger deluxe for $2.69, and you can double up on the vegetables on it. It's literally like a burger patty, cheese, and lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, and you can double up on the vegetables at no extra cost. So I usually get 3 of those at a time. But I had 3 of those today. I had a handful of potato chips, a muffin, and I think that was it. And here tonight, I think I'll have a protein shake, and I might have like a can of like vegetables, like peas or something like that. So nothing crazy today, but like yesterday, I ate quite a bit yesterday. But yesterday wasn't too bad either, but the day before that was a lot worse. I know I get some days, like my sister will make food, and it's just sitting around in the kitchen, and the temptation's too much, and I gorge on it. So getting my own place will really help with my weight loss goals. But yeah, as far as like a girlfriend goes, I'm not worried about getting a girlfriend right now, and I haven't worried about that in 12 years. I've been single for 12 years. A lot of you boys know that. But, you know, obviously, me looking the way I do, I'm not going to score any hot tail, right? I'm going to get some fat, ugly pig that I'm not going to want. And, no thanks. I'll just use my hand. But, you know, once I get in shape and look a lot better, I'll be able to score a little better, right, in the dating world, I think. But, it was funny. You know, what was I going to say? Yeah, I had a quick fap today, and getting my comeback, right? I stopped finasteride. You can see I'm getting a little thin again. But there's not much I can do about it now, I think, because there's no point in getting my hair back if I can't ejaculate. Just doesn't make sense, right? I'd rather have no hair and be able to get off, right? And it's come back, literally, no pun intended. It has come back. So, but yeah, the whole finasteride thing, it's kind of expensive anyway, so I'm not going to miss the cost. And Temu, I'll talk about Temu a little bit. I'm still waiting for their promotion to come on. It comes on every so many months, and I have like $1,400 worth of store credit on my 4 accounts, and I can literally transform that into like $4,000 worth of product with the promotion that they offer. So I'm just waiting eagerly for that promotion to come on all my accounts, and I'll just cash in and use all my store credit, right? But I'm playing this system pretty good on Temu, and pretty much everything on my person's from Temu. I've said that before, but I own so much shit from Temu. I don't even shop anywhere else unless I have to. And as far as Magic goes, the new set came out, Aether Drift. That's the name of the set. And my local game store had 2 pre-release tournaments for the new set. And I placed 3rd at both, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's not great. I wish it was 2nd or 1st. Because 3rd place prizing is literally 10%. And 2nd place is 30. And 1st place is 60, right? So third place, it's very meager prizing. It's something. It's at least I placed right. I declared my dominance over like everybody else except for two people, right? But not bad. Third place, both events. Um, but my local game store, they're changing their store credit policy. That with store credit, you can only redeem store credit up to half the purchase amount, and the other half has to be cash. So I won't be going to pre-release events anymore because they give you store credit as prizing, part of the prizing, and I don't want to buy stuff from the store if I have to use cash as well. Fuck that, because I can go online and literally buy Magic products for half of the cost of what my store charges. And I don't blame the store owner, right? Because he's got to make money, and he's probably buying from a similar source that I get my stuff off the internet. And, he jacks the price up double what he paid, and people pay for it because a lot of people have the mindset of, I have to support my local game store, right? And keep him in business. But fuck that. He's got enough people, and I'm a poor man. I'm not rich. If I was a millionaire, sure, I'd go to the game store and buy boxes of cards and commander decks and all that shit and not care about it. But I get less than $1,000 a month, so I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money, so I have to make every dollar really count. And I can afford to go to like Wendy's and have a meal and stuff like that, but not much beyond that. And I can afford to smoke if I buy off the internet, and I can treat myself to some stuff once in a while, like Magic cards off the internet. But as for buying from my local game store, it's too expensive. I'm not spending over $300 for a booster box of Magic cards when I can pay half that price and get them off the internet. $150 for a box. And I don't even want boxes of cards, I want commander decks. And for the next set, Tarkir Dragonstorm, it's based around dragons and tribes, and I can get all 5 of the commander decks $260, taxes and shipping in, and my game store wants literally like almost double that, and that's too much. I can't afford to pay stuff like that, and I feel bad because I should be supporting my local game store, right? But I can't afford to. I'm not a rich man. I know boyos that go to the game store that I play cards with, and they're in the military and they make like $100,000 a year. They can afford it, right? Money's not an issue for them, even though they'll say money kind of is an issue. But I don't understand how. If I was rolling in $100,000 a year, I'd be able to buy anything I wanted. I wouldn't know what to do with all my money. And one of my friends who lived in Alberta for a while, for like 15 years or something, and he just recently came back a couple years ago. He said when he was in Alberta, he was making over $100,000 a year, and he said, I literally don't know what to do with all my money. He owned multiple properties. He owned like 10 vehicles. He had Star Wars collectibles, like $1 million worth, he said. And he said, I don't know what to do with my money. I make so much. And I know a lot of you boyos, you can't claim to be CEO of your own company making 10K a day. And I think that's bullshit. I really do. Because if you're CEO of your own company, you're not kicking back, fucking misking. You're working. Because most people that are self-made millionaires, they're spending 100 hours a week working, probably, based on what I've read off the internet. So a lot of you boyos, I think, are full of shit. Like, I'm probably one of the more real ones we got on there, and I hardly ever post anymore, but I'm a disability welfare bum, and I make almost no money. Like I said, I make less than $1,000 a month, and I can live comfortably on that. I live within my means, and I don't really spend much money on groceries anymore, because I get usually food from local handouts and stuff like that. But I don't know what else to say, boyos. Here soon, I gotta do my chin-up workout. That'll be fun, but I still have my goals and hopes and dreams, and one of the big ones is to get a place. I'm approved for public housing, so I'm just on the list and just waiting, for them to call me and say, hey, we got you a place in this complex. You can move in anytime. That'll be awesome. But, there's a way you can speed that up, but I had to be in an emergency situation, and apparently I'm not. If I was a mother of 4 kids and living on somebody's couch, they'd have me a place in 3 months, right? Unfortunately, single men are at the bottom of the list. Like somebody else was telling me, single men are at the bottom of the list. They're not a high priority. And the issue is they're constantly getting people that get bumped to the top, bumped to the top, bumped to the top, that are in emergency situations or have a bunch of kids from when they were partying in their teenage years and having unprotected sex and sleeping around, slutting around, Well, maybe I should have done that, and then I'd be a priority, right? The world is fucked. But I've been drinking a lot of energy drinks, like Monster. Tradie drink of choice. But yeah, they cost me. Right now, they got them at Walmart for $27.99 for a case of 12, which is reasonable. It's still cheaper at Dollarama, at the dollar store. You can get them $2.25 a piece, but I don't know. I just buy them from Walmart for some reason. I like Walmart. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I know I do these daily check-ins and I talk about the same fucking shit all the time, every time. And that's because not much changes in my life, right? I have a low stress lifestyle, not much responsibilities, not much stress, and I want to keep it that way, right? The big thing that will make my life better is my own place to live in. And that'll happen, but it's going to take a fucking long time, 10 years, like saying 5 years is a stretch, and I would be very shocked if they had me a place in 5 years. But who knows? It could happen, right? I'm hoping. But we'll see. There's not much I can do about it. And I had applied at a few places and actually spoke with someone, and they said they'd check out my references, and I never hear anything back. So fuck them. It pisses me off because I am an amazing tenant and they don't want me. They'd rather have some young kid that's going to tear the place up and beat holes in the wall and have drunken parties all night and not pay the rent. And that pisses me off. Because I actually know people that are my age that fuck off with the rent and don't pay rent for 6 months, and they don't even fucking leave the place. They stay there for 6 months and not pay rent. In my younger days, I'd go like 2 months, not be able to make the rent, and I'd just leave of my own accord. I wouldn't be kicked out. I'd just be like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to do you a favor and just fucking leave. So, I'm a responsible person. I'm not a fucking idiot. But apparently they want some young idiot moving into these places, and it just pisses me the fuck off. But my real life is going to start when I get my own place. Because then I have no distractions from doing what I should be doing with my life, and that's playing Magic and working out and following a healthy diet and all this shit, right? And having a low stress, low responsibility lifestyle. And it's not bad here, it's not terrible, but I should have my own place, right? And that's the big goal, but that's gonna have to wait a while. Aside from that, like, it's work out, try to lose some weight, play Magic. That's about it, all I do with my life. But boyos, it's been 20 minutes, and I just thought I'd check in with you. It's been a little while, right? So, peace out, and I'll see you on the MISC.